What up, Dokkaners? So in just a few short hours from now, we will be learning what exactly is going on global when it comes to this new Goku Black Rosé. And folks, it is a rosé because we have had confirmation by the formerly retired I Seriously, who dropped this yesterday, which pretty much confirms it is Goku Black Rosé. Now, what exactly that rosé is going to be remains to be seen. What sort of quality of life updates will we be getting in this producer's letter video? All will be revealed in 2 hours, well, actually not 2 hours, but 2 hours after Global's reset on February 19th, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, because I will be going live at around reset to watch and react to the video. It is about a 7.5 minute video. I will be going live probably around 1 to 2 hours early, just to hang out with you guys, just to, generate in on the hype with you guys. But then once we find out what everything is, we will probably have a clear picture on what it's going to be coming up. Now, as far as what I can expect from this, there's a couple of things. Number one, we will probably learn the status of the unit. Is it going to be an LR? Is it going to be a TUR? Is this all just an EZA? As far as an EZA is concerned, I don't know how Rosé fits into that, because Rosé, I think we've already covered all the EZAs for Rosé. I don't think there's a single Goku Black Rosé that doesn't have an EZA, right? AGL, STR, int. I think we've got all of them. Goku Blacks, however, don't have EZAs, like the AGL banner unit, the STR World Tournament unit, but that's not something worth making a video for. But hey, then again, it's Global Dokkan. They like to take the dumbest route possible, so sure, maybe it is possible, but I don't think it's going to be that. I think it is going to be a new summonable unit. This also falls in line perfectly with my video that I made 2 weeks ago, which, by the way, I highly recommend you guys watch, because this is actually one of my more well thought out videos, and I think it really works. Basically, the premise is that the tickets are TANABATA tickets. We have 10 of these tickets in total right now. The expiration date is March 11th, which is about a month away, a little less than that. And so what if these tickets were actually TANABATA tickets, free opportunities to summon for a TANABATA banner? Obviously, that means that Global has to jump ahead of JP in order for this to work, but that was always going to be the case. If full synchro is to take place at any point, even if it's not September, which I think it is, worldwide download makes the most sense, which is what I've said from day one. In order for Global to catch up to JP, there has to be a celebration where Global celebrates something and JP does not celebrate something that Global doesn't already have. There has to be one moment where that takes place. TANABATA is a perfect opportunity because, logistically speaking, there has to be that instance. 9-year anniversary on Global is in July. While Global is celebrating 9-year, JP will be celebrating TANABATA, which means if full synchro is in September, there's only 1 month left to catch up. Now, I said in this video, let's assume Dokkan does the dumbest thing possible, which is typically what happens, the most illogical thing. If we were to cram every remaining Dokkan festival and luxury legendary summon into a small 2-week interval, that would be chaos and that would be ridiculous, but it also would logistically work, because then Global would not be celebrating something that JP would not be celebrating something that Global doesn't already have. That is an absolute must. So now, instead of it being here, we are basically moving the TANABATA time slot up into the first week of March, the first half of March, which then means Gohan Piccolo would get shifted maybe down here, or perhaps down here into a filler time slot. The Super Saiyan 3 Goku Hirudegarn doesn't have a part 2. It is typically a filler banner. Maybe this celebration gets pushed down here. There's gonna have to be a weird little sequence of, different celebration placements, but it does work. This allows for a much easier transition, in my opinion, having TANABATA happen earlier rather than later, because it's already going to be nuts for Global. The main celebrations that people care about are TANABATA, Saiyan Day, Golden Week, Anniversary, Worldwide Download, right? So if you put TANABATA up here, then either that or Saiyan Day can take some of your stones potentially, while there still is a reasonable amount of time between now and 9-year. Golden Week might be a little bit tougher, but then you still have a couple of celebrations between then and 9-year. So that will allow people to save in a reasonable fashion. If you have 9-year, TANABATA, worldwide download in consecutive back-to-back-to-back celebrations, Global players will go bankrupt. That's just facts. That is just straight up facts. So I do think that this is going to be a TANABATA celebration that happens early. That will be revealed in this video. Also, I would imagine there's probably going to be a quality of life update or some sort of an announcement revealed. JP does have one remaining quality of life update that Global does not have. I believe that is the power level update. where we will be getting the increased weights on certain metrics, like the hidden potential nodes are valued at more, the units or the stages cleared are valued at more. I think I did the math on it. I believe it is around like a 2%, 3% increase to your overall power level score based on the changes that they're making. But still, it is a nice update. They're also adding a few other things that will just otherwise make the game better. That should also be revealed in this. And you know what? Maybe we're going to get an EZA as well. Aside from an actual banner, having an EZA or two on global would make for a more filled out celebration, especially considering TANABATA. Like, we're just going to now assume it's TANABATA. TANABATA has to come with more than just a banner. It's got to come with events. It's got to come with an EZA or two. There's got to be more of it to flesh out a full-on celebration. Considering that global celebration right now is pretty weak and non-existent, this allows for more to actually fill in the rest of it, right? I talked about this in the other video. It is just a summon and a world tournament on global right now, with also an extreme super battle road that is on the horizon. That's not enough. Give us more. So this extra celebration would do that and give us whatever else that we'd want. So that's pretty much it. As far as typing, as far as leader skills, you guys can place your bets. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is going to be a physical LR Goku Black Rosé. I'm gonna say, I can't even think of a leader skill right now. I'll leave the leader skill crafting up to you guys, but I'm gonna say this is gonna be a physical LR Goku Black Rosé. I don't think we have a physical Rosé. We have STR, we have AGL, and we have Int. So it's either gonna be tech or it's going to be physical. But in terms of tech, we do have the Rosé Zamasu. So I'm gonna go ahead and say physical. I think that makes the most sense. And then as far as an EZA is concerned, let's throw in Broly. LR Tech Broly, that is the oldest unit to date now, oldest LR that doesn't have an EZA yet. That was a global first. That was the corresponding part 2 to the Go Bros part 1. Both units dropped on global first. The EZA for Go Bros dropped first on JP. The Broly maybe could be the first to drop on global. And maybe this could be like a celebration of the evil Saiyans or something like that. Maybe this will be a new leader skill that says evil Saiyans. That would actually be a pretty, you know what? Sometimes I amaze myself. That could be a great category. Evil Saiyans could just factor in all Saiyans, circumstances aside, that are just extreme units. So that would mean Raditz, that would mean Vegeta, Nappa, Rosé, Baby Vegeta, Broly. What else could there be? That's about it. That's still enough. Works for me. I mean, if we got stupid, GT bosses or Namekians with like 10 of the same character, we can surely have an evil Saiyans category. That would actually be pretty neat. I am cool with that. So give me something like that. Make the Rosé have a 200% leader skill for evil Saiyans. That is, I'm going to go ahead and just go out on a limb. That is the new category that is going to be dropping. Now, as far as the mechanics, I'm sure some people are probably wondering, is this going to have a domain, a target focus, or something like that? My prediction is yes. I think we are going to be seeing some sort of a new mechanic on this unit, simply because if you look at this logically from the JP player perspective, right? JP players are currently celebrating the most busted celebration in the history of Dokkan. It's going to be honestly very tough for every subsequent celebration to even come close to the hype and to otherwise come close to the magnetism that these units bring with it, right? You want to summon for Beast Gohan, Blue Gogeta, Broly, the Gammas, because they're busted, they're good, they're hype. How do you top that in every subsequent celebration? But more importantly, how do you top that during Saiyan Day, which is joint? How do you top that during Golden Week, which is joint? And how do you top that during TANABATA? There has to be a reason for players on JP to summon for these new units, which means there probably has to be some sort of implementation of a new mechanic, or perhaps otherwise just an overall busted unit. If Global is getting the TANABATA unit first, that unit is going to be dropping on JP in July. If that happens, it's going to be quite a ways away after the 9-year anniversary, so it's got to be good enough to have those JP players who summoned for 9-year several months prior to then come back and summon again. If the Rosé were to have a target focus effect, that would help do the trick. If the Rosé were to have a domain, or perhaps both, that would do the trick. That would make JP players feel like they are getting their money's worth by summoning for this unit. Also, I spoke to my boy Proton, shout out for Proton. He gave me these two images here talking about the mechanics in the database, the domain effects in the database. So what you're looking at here is global. What you're looking at here is JP. Currently on global, we have only 3 domains in the game. We have the free-to-play Trunks, we have the Tech Zamasu, and we've got the STR Future Gohan. These 3 units have the 3 domain effects in global. JP has 4, right? They have the same 3, and they also have the hyperspace dimension thing from Broly. Now, if you look at the IDs, it is a little bit suspect because we have a Dokkan Field Efficacy set ID at 1, 2, 3, and then 5. And then we also have a resource ID 3001, 0, 2, and 4. Now, in terms of the pattern behind this, the basis for why the ordering is all off, I never want to figure that out. It's too confusing. It's weird. It goes into like programming logic and all that stuff. I don't care. But the point is, there is something weird going on here. It jumps 1 digit. It jumps number 4, and it jumps 3003. So there is, in my opinion, something missing here in this list. And I feel like that is going to be the new Tanabata, or the new unit that is dropping on global, that will ultimately be filling out both efficacy ID slots in the future. So for global, 1, 2, 3, number 4 would be Rosé. 1, 2, 3, number 4 right before Broly would be the Rosé for JP. They would get it later on. So I feel like no matter what, whether it's a target focus effect integrated or not, there is going to be a domain effect in this Rosé. I would like it to have both, because that way it will add even more hype to global, but I don't know if that's going to happen, because that would involve a pretty, I don't know if it's a substantial update, but there would have to be an update for global that would integrate that new mechanic. Maybe we get it, because Saiyan Day is coming up after all. Saiyan Day has to have something from the 200% leads. So actually, yeah, I think it's going to have both. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to set myself up for an L. I've been getting a lot of things right recently, so let's go ahead and end this on a Toon L. This is your daily dose of Toon L. So anyway, that's it. Speculation done. Discussion done. All will be revealed in less than 8 hours. I cannot wait. I was not a Goku Black fan. I think I've said this before many times. During the worldwide download lead up, I was getting so hyped for worldwide download because somehow I started to gain a significant appreciation for Goku Black Rosé. He is now one of my more preferred characters, and I am really excited to see what we're going to be getting from this, because this will basically be, I guess, I don't know, the justice that the Rosé deserved from the worldwide download celebration. No matter who you are, you probably have an opinion about the Rosé EZAs from this celebration. I liked them, but I do admit that there are some inherent design flaws. Maybe this is going to be the Rosé that we were always meant to get during this worldwide download celebration that we didn't, but now we are, and the wait was worth it. Please give me a Scythe Rosé, LR physical Scythe Rosé unit that leads evil Saiyans. That is my prediction. Let's see what you got. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts, your feelings, your predictions on what is going to be revealed in this video. Do you think we're going to be getting a new Dokkan Festival LR? Is it going to be a carnival summon or just a regular legendary summon? What are your thoughts on the global JP sync up, catch up thing? Do you agree that there has to be at least some point where global goes ahead? Let me know any of your other predictions and theories in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.